Dutton, you and Scott Morrison went out pretty hard on the China issue. The evidence appears to be that you lost the votes of Chinese Australians. If you look at some of the seats that were lost, you went pretty close to accusing people on the Labor front bench of treason, almost. Are you going to attempt to temper some of that language, or there's no backing down? You're still going to go hard on the China issue?
Andrew, I have had the benefit of the briefings in the National Security Committee and obviously at a higher level in some circumstances as Defence Minister. The issue of China under President Xi is the biggest issue our country will face in our lifetimes. That's the reality. That's the assessment of the Americans, of the British, of the Japanese, of the Indians, and it's our assessment as well. I will support policies which help to defend our country, decisions made by the new government in relation to rolling out AUKUS, which was an incredible achievement of the Morrison government, and other policies which will help keep us safe. I spoke up firstly in relation to 5G and other issues because on the 5G issue, I didn't want in an environment where we would have autonomous vehicles and remote monitoring of health devices for our telecommunication system to be compromised. I don't want interference in our electoral outcomes. I don't want there to be threats on university campuses. I want us to have a productive relationship with China. I want it to be restored, but that is an issue for China. Now, I've made strong statements in the past and I don't resolve from those because I feel very passionately about this issue.
About Labor front benches?
Including about...
you don't think they're acting in Australia's interests or will?
I believe very strongly that we can work together with the government, and I've made this clear before and I'll repeat it again now. We will support good policy. We will oppose Labor's bad policy. But I can tell you from all that I've seen, the risk continues to compound. China has been very clear about their intent in relation to Taiwan. You're seeing the reality now on the ground. And, you know, the final point is that Labor has promised at the last election that they would resolve these issues. Penny Wong said that she's going to take a different approach and that she'll address the issues and that we won't see the continued aggression or the signing of these agreements within the Indo-Pacific. I'll be happy to pay on outcome, but I suspect we'll be talking about this for a while.
Your deputy, Susan Lee, was saying before that she believes that the coalition lost the trust of voters. What's your theory on that? And secondly, the lead in your personal saddlebags is this rigid attitude that some voters might have about you. What have they got wrong about you?
Well, why don't I let Susan just repeat what she actually did say, and then I'll be happy to come to you.
Andrew, that is respectfully a mischaracterisation. However, I do acknowledge that there were women who did not support us, that may have supported us previously. There were many women that did, including in my electorate, where there was general happiness with the government's performance. So what we need to do in the analysis that's already underway of the results of the federal election is look at that issue, because it may be booth by booth, community by community. There are so many different stories to be told. And my message is that we're listening, that we heard the notes of disappointment amongst the notes of endorsement. We're listening and we're ready to meet you and discuss the issues that matter.